If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. This is my halftime power ranking video for the NBA. Pretty much everybody's played 41 games so far, so this is my second quarter ranking of the teams. And let me explain to you how this works for me. As you know, you see ESPN and NBA.com and things like that do weekly power rankings, and that's pretty cool. You can do that, but I believe you really don't know teams until you see them play, 20 games at a time. And the season's 82 games, so I split the season up in 4 quarters. Every 20 games, 1 quarter. So this is the second quarter halftime power rankings. And to me, my definition of power is the Powerball, this ball right here, the NBA championship. And how I rank the teams is who has the best chance to win the Powerball, to win the championship. And so far, out of the first 41 games, I'm going to rank the team from 30 all the way to number 1. From what I've seen so far, that's the best chance to win the Powerball. So with that being said, let's get started. At number 30, unfortunately, somebody has to be last here. This is a team that was dear to my heart for the last 7 years. As you guys know, I was a LeBron James fan, so I followed this team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm pretty disappointed in them. As I record this, they're on a 15-game losing streak. Right now, they're at 8-33, and they look bad. I mean, when you lose a player of LeBron James caliber, I mean, you're going to be bad, But I didn't think they're going to be this bad this fast. LeBron James is definitely showing his value not only to the Miami Heat, but how valuable he was to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, Cleveland is in a rebuilding phase. This is probably one of the worst turnarounds in NBA history. They went from, 60-something games last year, and they may not win 20 games this year, because they got 8 right now, and they played 41. So it's going to be tough. And Byron Scott's a great coach, but it's going to be hard to motivate these players, especially when Verjão's out, and they really don't have anything to play for. So hopefully, they can get some good draft picks and everything else, and maybe try to finish the season off strong and give that crowd something to cheer about. So at number 29, I have the Sacramento Kings. I picked them in the beginning of the year to be a pretty bad team. Obviously, they're a young, up-and-coming team. Tyreke Evans, the reigning Rookie of the Year, has been injured a little bit. But I think teams are starting to realize that if Tyreke Evans doesn't get into the paint, he's not as effective. His jump shot, is a little bit spotty. And what teams are doing is they're laying off of him and they're clogging the lane so he can't get in the paint as much. That, with the combination of his injury, he has really struggled this season compared to last season. So he might be going through a little sophomore slump because of those things. The rotations, I don't like the way the coach is doing it. It's just, I know they're trying different lineups and see what players are going to do what and what certain situations, but you still got to try to win some ball games at least. But definitely they're a lottery team. DeMarcus Cousins started off kind of slow, but he's coming around as of late. They got a good centerpiece with him and Tyreke Evans and Omar Caspi and a couple other young players. So, I expect them to get, a pretty good draft pick. Hopefully they can finish the season off strong, and let's see what they can do. At number 28, I have the Washington Wizards. They've been a disappointment as well. Obviously, John Wall was a consensus Rookie of the Year, but I told everybody you got to watch out for Blake Griffin because, he's eligible for the Rookie of the Year. But John Wall has been nothing but, spectacular when he's playing. Unfortunately, he went down, with some couple of injuries, and he's missed several games. They are the only team that has not won a road game yet. They're 0-20 right now as I record this. So Washington is definitely a lottery team as well. They're in the rebuilding phase, but they got some really good young pieces, with obviously John Wall being the centerpiece. They got JaVale McGee, with a point guard and a center. I always say that's the 2 most important positions. Nick Young is playing out of his mind now that Gilbert Arenas is gone. They got Rashard Lewis there, Andre Blatch. So hopefully they can get a good draft pick, maybe get some couple free agents and see what they can do next year. But definitely they're in the rebuilding phase. At number 27, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Currently they stand at 10-33. Obviously they're a young team playing in a tough conference in the West. They've lost some tough games, but they play hard, behind their leader, Kevin Love. Johnny Flynn's been hurt a lot. He's coming back. He's not fully recovered to me. He's not been playing well. Corey Brewer's been okay. Michael Beasley's trying to redeem himself and show everybody that he's worthy of that #2 pick of being a scorer. But obviously, Kevin Love is the bright spot for this team. He's been nothing but spectacular. You're talking about 31 points and 31 rebounds in one game against the Knicks. That was ridiculous. And this guy, the way he positions himself, the way he boxes out, his relentless attitude to get the rebound and the way he wants to get the rebound, he actually rivals Dennis Rodman like that, and Charles Barkley and guys like Charles Oakley. And a lot of people say that he plays below the rim. I'm going to take a step further. I think he plays below the net. I mean, his boxing out skills are incredible. He can actually, if someone misses a shot, he can actually box him out so good that the ball will hit the floor and then he can grab it. That's how good he boxes out. So obviously Kevin Love he's worthy to be an all-star. I don't know if he will be because he's not spectacular and he's on a losing team. But with that being said, obviously Minnesota is in a rebuilding phase. They're a lottery team, and hopefully they can finish off the season strong and maybe get a good lottery pick for next year. At number 26, I have the New Jersey Nets. Obviously, they're a pretty good team compared to last year with Avery Johnson now, their new coach. They got some new pieces. Humphreys has got a new girlfriend, Kim Kardashian. I don't know how he pulled that off. New Jersey's got, Devin Harris and Brooke Lopez. Like I've always said, point guard center. That's a really good combination. And obviously with all the rumors surrounding Carmelo Anthony, I think they would have won a few more games than 11 they have now. They probably could have won 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of those games. But that's a big distraction. I'm glad that the owner, Mikhail Prokhorov, did what he did and canceled the meetings and canceled trade negotiations. I think they need to move forward. And it just took too long. I've never seen trade discussions happen so long and so publicly. I mean, and this happened, it was a long time. So New Jersey Nets, another team that's rebuilding. They only won 12 games last year. You can't expect them to go to the playoffs, but they're definitely going to improve. If they can get 25-plus wins in the season, that would be a great season for them. So hopefully they can get some good draft picks around their centerpieces. Derek Favors is in the starting lineup now. They got some good pieces, and hopefully they can finish off the season strong, and then in the summertime they can get a pretty good draft pick. At number 25, I have the Toronto Raptors. Another team that lost a superstar with Chris Bosh. Anytime you lose your franchise player, you're going to have a bad year. DeMar DeRozan's been playing pretty good. They got some good pieces. Bargnani's always there. I mean, you can just take a look at Chris Smooth's games, and you can see he even got traded from the team. He even wanted to get out of there. He's the best NBA 2K player, on YouTube, and he didn't even want to play with them. So Toronto's got to be bad. So another team that's rebuilding. So hopefully, like I said, they can finish off the season strong, and then they can go ahead and get a good draft pick too. At number 24, I have the Detroit Pistons. Tracy McGrady has been playing okay when he's been playing. Been playing a little bit of point guard lately. Tayshaun Prince looks like he's healthy. They've been playing pretty good ball compared to what people thought they were going to do. But another team that's going to have to probably blow up everything in the summer and start all over again. They've been sitting down Rip Hamilton over the last few games because of all the trade rumors. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Rip Hamilton, so obviously he's probably not going to finish the season with the Detroit Pistons. And hopefully, like I said, they can turn this thing around because they're a proud city. They're a hard-working group. And Joe Dumars, I don't know if he's going to get fired or not. A lot of people are saying that he might, so we'll see what happens with them, but they definitely are not the Detroit Pistons that we're used to watching. So hopefully they can get some hard-working players in there and finish the season off strong. At number 23, I have the Charlotte Bobcats. Obviously, we all know about Larry Brown leaving the team, stepping away as a coach, and Paul Silas stepping in, and he's done a pretty good job. The Bobcats have a new player, and his name is DJ Augustine. I mean, he's been there all year, but ever since Larry Brown left and Paul Silas got there, he's like a brand new player. I mean, this guy's playing really, really well. Gerald Wallace has been pretty good. He's missed some games. But like I said before in past videos, when you lose Raymond Felton and Tyson Chandler, point guard and center, it's going to be tough to win, And, Boris Diaw's playing okay, and they got some good pieces. They might be able to make the 7th or 8th spot, like I said in my first Power Rankings video, but they're definitely a team that is that midpoint, meaning they're going to make the playoffs and lose in the first round, or they're going to just miss the playoffs and not get a good draft pick. So they're not in a good spot right now, but hopefully they can get some free agents in the summer, and hopefully they can finish off the season strong. At number 22, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. Now this team, as of late, been playing really, really good. Blake Griffin obviously has been the bright spot. He's overshadowed pretty much everybody, but Eric Gordon has been playing very, very well. You guys got to take a look at his numbers. Go to NBA.com and check him out. He's all-star worthy. Probably not going to make it because they haven't won a lot of games. But Baron Davis looks like he lost some weight. And Blake Griffin is definitely rubbing off on everybody. And I think I'm going to do a special video on him, on Blake Griffin, coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. But the Clippers are a young team. They could have had a chance to make the playoffs. They still can. It's a long shot, but they started off too slow. Right now, they're 10 games under 500. This year, it's not going to take 50 games to make it to the playoffs in the Western Conference. Because remember, last year, everyone in the Western Conference won 50 games that made the playoffs. And this year, it's not going to take that. So they have a slim chance to do it. I don't think they can, but definitely, they're in the same position as the Bobcats. They're either going to make the playoffs and get beat in the first round, or not make it and then not get a good draft pick. But remember, Chris Kame has been hurt a lot. He'll be back next year. He'll be back this year too, but next year they'll be strong. And hopefully they can get a good free agent. And hopefully Blake Griffin shows us a good time at the All-Star weekend. And he also continues to, do the highlight film, because that's pretty much what the Clippers are all about. Everybody's watching the highlights just to watch Blake Griffin. So Clippers are a team to watch. Definitely they're going to be fun, but I just don't think they're going to make the playoffs. But I definitely think next year they're going to be in contention for the 7th or 8th spot. At number 21, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. They're actually right now, if the playoffs started today, they're in the playoffs right now. They're playing very, very well as of late. Evan Turner has been turning his game up. He's been starting off slow. He's been kind of a disappointment to be a second pick. But, you can't expect too much out of him, because he's so used to handling the ball a lot in college. He's not doing that a lot in the pros. So it takes a while to adjust. And some players it takes longer than others. I think Evan Turner is going to be a really, really solid player. He's not going to be a superstar in this league, but he's definitely going to be a good player. Doug Collins, to me, is getting a lot out of his players, more than he should be. They don't have an identity, folks. They don't have a franchise player. Elton Brand has been playing okay. Andre Iguodala, he's got 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in the door. He's probably going to get traded. So, I think Doug Collins is doing an excellent job for what he's got. They may make the playoffs, they may not, but if they do, they're going to be out in the first round. They're going to be in the same boat as the Clippers and the Bobcats. So hopefully, they can get some good free agents this year, and they can continue to play hard under Doug Collins.